Do the phone call just to...
No questions about techno, though, because it's boring. We want to talk about it. We want to listen to it.
No, she's not in front of me.
All right.
I like Selena. I found her the Jeff Mills Bells record.
All right, we're starting from scratch, right?
We're
ABC?
starting from scratch. ABC.
If you say all gloves off, you better mean it.
All right, here we go. Sunday Remote Sessions, Part 2. Frankie Bones, Mikey Circuit Breaker. Gloves are off. We are going controversial on this one. So
Officially declared.
Officially declared. It's it. I got the releases signed. I don't yet. Dan's gonna kill me. But I'm gonna get him signed right here on TV. We're gonna see him.
Please, I give my word. You know.
Listen,
That's what gets you caught out there.
One thing about us, especially me, whatever I say, I mean it. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit to people that are watching this about things that, a lot of people don't see what goes on behind the doors of
The magic
DJ
curtain.
booth, or the magic curtain, or the drinking of the purple juice, or they don't see these things. And, I'm just playing it as I see it. Will I run into these people that I talk? If I don't like something, it's my opinion. People are like, you're on a pedestal. Well, hello.
Actually, we're on a couch, but I mean,
I
the
know.
tape is rolling, and they get to hear what you say. Their
This is
opinions
actually
don't ever
another
come
story.
out.
No, I just,
a lot of people
always
they
say all types of
Everybody
all
thinks
types
things
of
like that.
And it's like I'm like this. Ask me a question, I will answer it to the best of my expertise in the area of whatever the matter we're talking about.
Okay. A friend of mine had a question. We called him on the last take. It didn't work out so well. You couldn't hear, but blah, blah, blah. She asked me to ask you, what do you think is for the future of our younger EDM culture?
Well, I always would base things on other types of music, like rock and roll, let's say. I mean, your rock and roll from your 50s to your 60s to your 70s to your 80s was always, every decade, something big happens. With rock and roll, I think, the biggest things happened in the 60s because we had a war going on. And then, the 70s came, and out of that came disco. So, I mean, the 70s really wasn't all that. But the thing was, when videos came on TV, MTV 82.
Music was doomed forever.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like, music wasn't doomed forever because a lot of good things happened. But, at the same time, with electronic music, we hit a peak, I'd say.
In 96 or something, you said?
Yeah, 10 years is good. 10 years is good.
But
for
now
that.
I was saying the track.
I know what you meant, but it's still a good, I did reach my peak in about 95. No, but I think like electronic music, nobody's going to invent any type of like hardcore underwater yodeling that's going to be the next thing to take over trance. It's not going to happen. It's like the way.
Yeah, all styles exist of what type of technology's out there.
I like when in the club scene in New York when they were calling it Big Room, they weren't calling it trance yet because they didn't know what it was. They called it like Big Room. It was, I guess, more. There are some techno records like X101 by UR that could be considered a big room record because you play it for a big room of people. But I don't think that it's going to be any new genres. I mean, we talked about a couple things. I ain't never going to see people dancing the clown step. It ain't going to happen. But
Oh, I thought we saw that last weekend at the club.
Oh, when I told that clown to step? No, that was something else. I'm sorry.
Come on,
What do you think? You
let's be
still
serious. Let's be
avoid
serious.
my fucking question.
Yeah, no, let's be
Serious times demand serious interviews.
Moved from New York to Philly.
Right.
What happened when you got down here to make you so sick of us that you want to move to LA?
Is there rumors about that?
Your MySpace pages, everything that
we're
you've
back.
ever
There's
said.
a lot of
we're
rumors
back.
going
Everything that
around.
you said to me on
We're
the
back
last
on the
interview.
MySpace thing.
Yeah, because you know what?
It's
I'm
not
one of
real.
those
It's
cats-
colored pixels and light.
I'm not one of those cats who's going to come over with an empty...
It's not real. It's colored pixels and light. You made me think of that stupid Light Bright toy when I was like 7 years old. I still like the screen
Yeah,
brighten up.
Heather from Mars used to show up at my house with that thing at midnight. Holy Christ.
I don't know. Listen, if we're going to live in a MySpace world, I would have been in LA already. So, I mean, I just, I look at Philly like this. I came down to Philly because I thought it was the city of brotherly love, and then I had a couple brothers out here. Not really. They're not really like brothers, and if they were, then it'd probably be all working out the same way, the way it's going. But
I don't recall the conversation.
Yeah, I don't even know what I just said.
Some brothers, way to go.
Nah, cause see, even that, then my brother's gonna get something I said twisted, and
Yeah, no, oh,
say
please, no.
peace to the Adam.
He asked about please Philly.
I know. I said something about City of Brotherly Love, and then I come
Yeah,
down here,
you morphed
and
it
then it's like
to the whirlwind.
People like kind of like you when they're in front of your face, and then when you're not in front of their face, somebody has to come up to you and tell you, "I heard this, I heard that," and it's like,
I heard that you were gay a little earlier tonight.
oh man.
But hold up, who are these people coming up to you? A, B, isn't it just the bullshit rumor starting that even goes on in New York? But New York, there's so many more people there.
Yeah, but
that it doesn't really filter. It might not really filter
I think
through.
that's what it is about New
It's
York.
small. Everybody, our scene, dude, I could probably name 80% of the people in our scene that I've seen. You know what I'm saying?
I can
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
80% of the girls that I meet that would have potential for me to do, something down the line with. I wouldn't do it because there's 3 guys I know that's done every one of those girls, and it doesn't matter who you meet. That's how small and tight Philadelphia is. It's like a town. It ain't like a
Tight
city.
might be a loose.
Tight might be a loose type of way. It's color pixels and light, man. It ain't real. It ain't real. Oh man, I don't know. I
Just tell the truth, but don't tell the whole story.
Yeah, I know. I got issues. I mean, I'm my own worst enemy. So the thing is, if I offend somebody, they're not gonna come up to me and be a bigger enemy than I am to myself. So it's not a problem. But that being said, Philly, the scene is too small and too tight knit and I thought
The political alliances are set in stone.
It's really political, and we were running a weekly here, and the weekly didn't work out not because of us or because of the owners of the club or the crowd. It worked out because the security had a stranglehold on the club that they were running it illegit, and you had to answer to them. And I don't play mafia stuff with nobody, and the owners were totally cool. It's the security, and the thing is, the owners ain't saying shit because the guys were doing the same thing to them. So it was and I don't play that shit. It's if I'm gonna do a party, you're not gonna get my money from my people that I pull into the club because you do some kind of smaller thing on the other side of the club, and everybody's gonna go through the main entrance, and we're gonna split the money when everybody's coming to see me play. You know what I mean? It's this bullshit. Yeah. So,
but it couldn't have been that large of a party where it would even matter.
Well,
No, I think he was just saying it as an example, Tommy. As one example for what's
Some of the other
wrong.
promoters from Philly decided they was going to try to go up and get a night in this club just because they were worried that if we got our foot in the door, it would lead us to do other clubs in Philly, which,
We're not promoters with DJs.
I've always been international. I'm not thinking on a one city level. I'll go to the West Coast because in LA.
That is so comical.
It's
so funny that people do that.
It's weird because Los Angeles would be the last city in the world you'd want to go to in thinking on terms of how we are and how the scene is. But just because I like LA, I think it could work.
Oh yeah. We're going to LA because we like it, but making the reference to what Tommy said, it's always people, since we're in Philly, people always ask us I have people from all over the place. Oh, the thing in Philly. He's we played 500 times in Philly. Who cares? Somebody said to me once not too long ago, oh, well, and they started the conversation, oh, the reason you guys are always saying something, doing something, whatever, and it's who cares? I would like to play where I live, but it don't matter.
Here's a bottom line. A lot of the promoters that
go everywhere else.
We were friends with a lot of people doing parties, and once you become friends with them, they get friendly, and then you always have to maintain a business sense. All of a sudden, can you DJ for $500? No, I can't DJ for $1,500. If I told you it's $3,000, how are you going to ask me if I could do it for $5 if I'm telling you it's $3? And then, it's...
I think with that, it's people start to take advantage once they know you, Tommy, and it's I swear, man, the reason that I'm friends with him and a couple of other guys in the industry is because they're good people, And people, if you're going to be my friend from day one, you better be my friend on day 7, or then there's the type of scenario.
I've done some free parties for 611. I DJ'd for 611 a couple weeks ago. Just
but
show up spot.
Yeah, Nigel's different.
Right, I know. But the thing is, it's Philly. To me, there's only a certain amount of people doing things at this point, and already, if I wanted to do something, let's say I wanted to promote a party, I know that I have people out there watching what's going on, and they don't want to see anybody come in and take the spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody wants you coming into their thing.
With Philly, I love the city, but thing is, I can't go to these people and even say, "Yo, I'm throwing a party." I want to throw a party because I know, I lost DJ Paulie. He died last year, and it was kind of a traumatic moment for me because he was a really close friend of mine. And, you know, I know he was doing big parties, sympathy parties, and he was having problems with people. And it's just, it was not really, you know, I had a lot of time to reflect on this after he died. It's just, I'd rather just get the fuck up out of here and go somewhere else and not have to deal with shit, because I'm too old to be